Wait a minute, Netflix employees. I am super confused here. You're going to have to explain something. You were upset and outraged, and you're going to march against what he said, but you weren't upset and outraged, and you didn't march against this? Could somebody explain this to me?
I do have a tendency of being just a little bit slow.
People ask me all the time, hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff, and does it really work? The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my prime at 25, which is over 25 years ago. I'm approaching 54 this year. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description. I don't know if you know what's going on with Dave Chappelle and what he said and who's pissed off at him and what the Netflix employees are going to do. But this Yahoo News article says, and stay tuned guys, there's some very interesting stuff coming up in this story. Netflix braces for staff walkout and LGBTQ rally over Chappelle special. Check this out. Netflix bosses brace for an employee walkout and rally in Los Angeles on Wednesday as anger swelled over a new Dave Chappelle comedy special that activists say is harmful to that community right there, which shall remain nameless, but you can read it there. The streaming giant has found itself embroiled in an intense and highly public controversy over Chappelle's The Closer, in which the stand-up star insists that gender is a fact and accuses LGBTQ people of being too sensitive. Somebody said the other day that Chappelle doesn't even tell many jokes. He tells truths that happen to be funny, and that is what offends people. And a lot of people actually agreed with that comment. Netflix said in a statement, "We respect the decision of any employee who chooses to walk out and recognize we have much more work to do both within Netflix and in our content." They said that the company understands the deep hurt that's been caused. Organizers intend to present a list of firm asks to Netflix content chief Ted Sarandos at Wednesday morning's rally, which leader Ashley Marie Preston earlier said had been moved to a large site due to the overwhelming demand. I'm going to show you overwhelming demand on the opposite side of this in a second. The event will call for content that prioritizes, check this out, this is key, the safety and dignity of all marginalized communities. So they're going to stage a rally. They're going to walk out of Netflix. And the reason they're doing this is because they want to prioritize the safety and dignity of all marginalized communities. Hey, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe some people think that's a bad thing. What do you guys think about it? There is one marginalized community, though, that I've never seen any Netflix employee stage a walkout or a community organized rally for. And that subcategory, that marginalized community, is kids. Let me give you an example of this. This is the Netflix trailer for the Netflix original Cuties. You remember that? This was uploaded to YouTube from the Netflix channel that has 21.9 million subscribers. This is the official trailer for Cuties. Some say that Cuties exploits and manipulates children for the perverted elite. Some say that they've never seen a Netflix employee or a group of Netflix employees stage a walkout or protest or organize a rally for this marginalized group of little kids who a lot of people say have been highly sexualized, hyper sexualized. And what's interesting is it seems like Netflix has a willful blind spot for this because it seems like everybody else can see everything that's wrong with this. And you can see that from the dislike to like ratio. And I say dislike to like ratio because the dislikes far exceed the likes. What really concerns me about this trailer right here is that there's even one like from one person in the world. But there's 93,777 likes. How many dislikes did it get? 2.381567 million. 2,381,567 dislikes. And what are some of the comments? This one right here is 8.5 thousand likes. 8, quote, age is just a number. Prisons,
just a room. Look at this one right here. Do you know where the devil is? Yes, in the directors' minds, the directors of Cuties. So they're going to stage a walkout in a protest because Dave Chappelle said something that they disagreed with, but they're not going to stage, and in the name of prioritizing the safety and dignity of all marginalized community, but there was never a staged protest for this right here, even though everybody else could see it. Apparently in the film, the mother who disciplines the child for wanting to be scantily clad and move like an adult woman sensuously to turn on whoever she wants to turn on, the mother disciplines the child and then becomes the antagonist in the film. The mother who's disciplining the child, trying to set her on the path that goes away from tight clothing, away from suggestive poses, away from hypersexualization, that person who's directing that child away from that becomes the villain, the enemy in the story. Look at this right here. When the directors die, Satan, hey, I just want to say, directors of Cuties, I'm a big fan. They get it. That's 937 likes. Look at this. It's funny how this girl is crying because she can't wear revealing clothes because of her abusive mother. Hey, Netflix employees, why do other people seem to get it, but you guys don't seem to get it? Netflix be like, in loving memory of Jeffrey Epstein. 18,000 likes under this video. This guy says 2.3 million dislikes. That speaks for itself. This person says, even the devil fears the director of Cuties, Confucius. But there's a whole bunch of people, 93,000 people applauded this, gave it a like. Pressing the dislike button is my greatest life achievement. The fact that this is still on YouTube amazes me. This right here has 26,000 likes. Gotta love that the parent who's rightfully telling her daughter not to do these sexual behaviors is portrayed as the bad guy. And yet they're going to walk out because Dave Chappelle said something that other people disagree with. And I want people to understand what's going on here. I am just reporting the facts as they're distributed to us through yahoonews.com and Netflix. You make your own decision. This person right here says, where's the FBI when you need him? You know, if a man made this film, and it was a woman who made the film, Twitter wouldn't stop till he's in jail. I still can't believe this is an actual thing that happened. 2020 was wild. There's one, oh yeah, look at this one right here. YouTuber swears once in their entire video, YouTube, your channel is getting demonetized. Netflix makes Cuties, and YouTube goes, we'll allow that. Now, I double checked on my computer, on my smart device, and I had Trish check it. I don't see ads running on this. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are. I just didn't hit an ad. But if I remember right, when I first reported on this back in 2020, it was monetized. What does Alphabet Inc. monetize and applaud and reward? Well, things like Cuties. These kids aren't even old enough to watch their own movie, LOL. What was that? Hopefully the pedos what was it? Hopefully the pedos at Netflix who supported this filth will be brought to justice soon. If this is what they do in public, imagine what they're doing in private. Well said. Well said. So the bottom line to all this is people are outraged because they disagree with what Dave Chappelle says. They'll march, they'll organize, they'll rally, they'll do a walkout in the name of prioritizing the safety and dignity of all marginalized communities. But they were mysteriously quiet when Netflix released, and it's still up, by the way. So as far as I know, it's still up. At least the trailer's still up on their Netflix YouTube channel.
Hey guys, we know with the way things have been going, it can get really interesting really quick. So make sure you and your family have a long-term storable food supply. Support the channel and get $50 off with my link in the description while you still can.